Hey folks, it's Adam with Four Delta again, and today this is just a quick shot at the Four Delta GPR Lite, general purpose rifle light. So what makes it light? Well, it's got a 14.5-inch barrel rather than a 16-inch barrel with a compensator that's been pinned and welded on it. So right off the bat, that front end balance and the weight is going to feel a little bit lighter. With this GrowTech compensator, it's very aggressive. You've got 3 ports on both sides, left and right, and a couple on the top. And what that's going to allow the rifle to do is shoot a little bit flatter, so the gases are being ported out in every direction to help mitigate that muzzle flip. So it's going to allow for faster shot placement with your follow-up shots. It's also going to reduce recoil to help it shoot softer without so much recoil. I also put in a 3.8 ounce buffer, carbon length buffer in there, so that's going to help absorb some of that recoil. With a little bit heavier buffer, it just makes the rifle feel like it shoots a little bit softer. So I really like that. The trigger job on this, I just polished all the contact points and used some reduced weight recoil or reduced weight trigger springs. So the trigger pull on this is exceptionally smooth. Show clear on this. So the trigger, as soon as you put your hand on that trigger, as soon as you get your finger in there, you're pretty much right up on the wall. There's not a lot of take up. It's definitely a single stage trigger. And as soon as you put your finger in there, it doesn't take much to go. It's not exactly a hair trigger, but the reduced weight on there makes it feel like it's, less than 4 pounds. And the reset on there, it's right there, it's super fast. So it just feels good. And it also feels really tight. I felt a lot of rifles over the years, just handling rifles, that when you shake them around, they feel like there's components that are gonna wobble and give and all that, but this one doesn't. I like the Magpul stock on there. That's an SL stock, the SL model stock, and it doesn't have a lot of give and play in it. So when you slide this, it locks into place. It's super tight and it doesn't rattle. Got an ambidextrous charging handle on there, a couple of, we've got some Holosun optics on there, so it's a red dot, the 403 with the magnifier. So it's got a battery panel, but it also has the solar backup on there, which is great. The 3-time magnifier, if you can put a red dot on it, if you can see it, you can shoot it. So much lighter than putting a magnified scope or something like that on there. And you still get, to be able to see a little bit further out. Again, general purpose is what I was going for here. It's got cylinder arms, magwell adapter, and trigger guard, so that's all one piece. B5 Systems grip, that pistol grip is it's polymer, but it's really aggressive, feels good in the hand. Fire control system here, I just kept everything like you would find on a standard M4. So I didn't go crazy with all the ambidextrous controls and all that. I've done that on some other builds, but this one I wanted to keep it simple and kind of keep the price down too. So, you get a lot of rifles out there. You can spend $1,800, $2,000, and all you get's a rifle. With this, it's a whole system ready to go. So it's got optics included. It's, a budget build that feels like it's high end, but it's not. It's not high end. It feels high end, which is what I was going for. The way it performs, the way it feels, it's definitely solid. But it doesn't have that Daniel Defense ouchie price tag. If you're gonna dump $2,000 on a rifle and it doesn't even have optics on it, now you got to go buy glass or red dots or whatever. By the time you're all said and done, you can be dumping $2,500, $3,000 into a gun. If you like to have a magnified optic, your Trigicons, Vortex, 6 hours new MSR optics, you're really going to dump a lot of money in those. But I kept this well under $2,000 out the door with a rifle bag, with a range bag, ready to go, and a couple of mags in it. So overall, pretty proud of this build. And this one, I wish I could keep, but when you're a gun nut in the gun business, yeah, you gotta sell some firearms every now and again to make a little bit of money. So this one's gonna be looking for a new home. So if you think you want to take this one home, then shoot me a message sometime. But in the meantime, if there's something else you're looking for, if there's other type of features you might like to see in a rifle, let me know in the comments. Hit me up. Y'all take care.